let's go to our minutes. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna go to our minutes. Minutes from last time, which feels like it was so long ago because it was June 24th was our last meeting. Has everyone had a chance to read through the minutes? Yeah. Okay. So, before we have any discussion, a motion to approve the minutes. Oh, I guess first I'm asking, is there a motion to approve?
You'd be the first, he needs a second.
Do we have a second?
I wasn't there, so I can't
All
say
right.
anything.
You did that one.
All right,
All right, any discussion? The only thing I thought, I'm not sure what I said because it's so long ago now, but in D, under program sports summer camp, Andrea mentioned having Bill Bannock perform yoga. I didn't know if he was gonna, if I said demo, or maybe I did say perform, I don't know.
I don't remember.
It's hard to
So,
remember.
well, who would perform yoga? You would demonstrate yoga.
Demonstrate.
You wouldn't perform it, it's
Yeah.
not performance.
I don't-
You would demonstrate
But
yoga.
you never know, yeah.
Unless you're having music behind you as you're demonstrating.
Yeah, right. So
It'd
that's,
be like synchronized swimming, we could all
it
perform.
could be.
That's good,
It
that's
could
good.
be.
Yeah.
Well, we can make a correction.
Yeah. You have to have one correction each minute.
Right. It would be too easy.
The Woodbridge Rec mandatory
Any,
thing.
anything else that anyone noticed? Any issues?
That's a strong cleaner.
Didn't smell it. Okay. I had a question, but maybe I don't know if I can add, if that spider web, we talked about the spider
Cookie
web,
dough, can you give me one of those?
part of the spider web in the playground.
Oh, good, thank you.
In the outdoor facilities, had to be cut down due to someone getting stuck in it, and it was just a question, I don't know if this is the appropriate place to ask.
Is the Peace Place one?
Yeah.
think
They cut it
so.
down?
Well, part of it,
Part of it,
yeah, because someone got stuck in it, so I just
It's not
wondered
as tall as it used to be.
if that was part at all, but I don't know that this is the appropriate place to ask that question.
Well,
Maybe.
who was maintaining it, especially since that was raised with,
I think I
contribution, yeah.
Parks was working on it, I don't know if it was ever fixed.
So maybe, I guess I could re-bring that up in outdoor facilities.
Yeah.
So, do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
All in favor, who was here? Okay, thank you. Chairman's report, I know I'm usually very verbose. I just want to continue to thank our rec department staff for continuing to keep programs going. I look forward to hearing about the summer camp when we get to that point and where we are now. And thank you to the rec commissioners who've committed, and very strong commitment tonight. We're all here, which, thank you so much. That says something about this group. So that's a great way to start this new season, if you will.
Yes, we're approaching
Um,
fall, new school year.
Yeah. That's all I have to say at this moment. So I turn to my vice chair.
I have no more to say than what Andrea already said.
Okay.
She echoes the sentiments, John.
Okay. All right. Liaison reports. We don't have a liaison with us this evening unless someone communicated outside of this room. I don't think anyone did, to my knowledge. The pool, let's move on to the pool. So
We're gonna have to change that area.
in this,
We'll have to do it.
in our packet, I see we have this pool schedule of sort of what we hope to accomplish should we have a pool. These are things that we could,
We have
how
a
we could
pool.
utilize the pool.
These are things
Right.
that, I don't wanna use the word heyday, I can use the word heyday, right?
Sure.
In our heyday, we had available, this would have been a quote-unquote normal, if you wanted to say normal schedule. We've added a little bit more, being a little bit more robust. But if we had a pool, yes, this would be something we would be able to achieve.
So this is a very full schedule. So this, this goes back and Mika, our first selectman, came and talk to us, and we know right now the pool is on hold. There has to be decisions that are bigger than we have power over to decide, is the pool gonna continue to exist, and if so, what would that look like? And one way in which, and John and Mika and I met, and I'm sure Teresa, you've been involved in these discussions, and maybe other people around this table, that, you know, if the pool had a separate entrance, that it wasn't as though it's attached to the school, that the entrance would be not the entrance that you would enter the school, so that it would be open, sorry, that was very cumbersome how I said that, but that you could have access to the pool day and night, even when students are using the school. That would be a completely
It would
separate
be an
entrance.
attached entrance from the school mains building.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. So for example, as an example, we could go back to having an early bird swim,
Right.
6 to 8 a.m. And 8 to 10 a.m., well, that could be the swim, adaptive swim, which
Right.
we had been having,
Correct, that was
Right.
part of the Beecher's special education curriculum.
right?
So children with profound disabilities had the pool available to them where it was very quiet, relaxed, you know, it was a tranquil environment, you know, because it was more, I don't want to say private, but it was a controlled environment. Yeah.
And then there's time to go back to having a senior swim.
Mhm.
So in
That
this
was
schedule,
super popular.
yeah, like the 10 to 12, the Beecher Road School to swim, you know, lessons, some opportunity for private lessons after school, some opportunity for swim team rental, which I know has always been important for us to be able to support our WAC, for example, right, for, to have swim time for groups to help further that, you know, experience and then also some free swim in the evening. So there are different schedules. I hope everyone has a chance to look this over. If there are any questions for Teresa, you would be the person to
Yeah.
feel this too, right? But it opens up that there'd be swimming for the community at large, including WAC for competitive swimming, including swim lessons for our kids. And so it
Good schedule.
offers a lot of,
Have
it
you-
offers a lot.
All we need
Have
is
you
the pool.
calculated a potential annual revenue based on this schedule so that we might be able to influence the decision of the town to say, like, in X number of years, we would recoup the costs of building the separate
So-
entrance and
I could tell you
That's
this
a good
much, Orange has a tremendous amount of waiting lists. They can't take anybody else where they've gotten to the point where they're only taking residents first. JCC, when we met with them, is at the same time members first, which, secondly, there's other swim schools out there who actually approached me, but, and said to me, well, since rec is closed, we're looking to pick up the overflow from the JCC and Orange and stuff like that. I'm not doing that because I wasn't, anyways. Our belief systems are different. But here going forward, what I'm saying is, it is out there, and these customers are still out there. But yes, we would be able to, if we had, I would have to say at least, to be fair, the first year, we would break even. Going forward, it would be a positive, because again, we're bringing back customers. This has happened to us 3 times consecutively. Virginia Graham, when the filter got put in, COVID, and I know there was another instance too, that the pool was closed for a long period of time. I'm looking at you because I feel like you might remember, but there was some kind of repair, something where we got knocked down and we built ourselves back up every single time. And it took about a year to do so. So that's why I said the first year I could see us breaking even, and also then going forward being positive.
breaking
After that.
even after the cost of putting in the new entrance and doing all the necessary.
Well, the new
repair?
entrance, I would hope that the town will capitalize off of that and find some kind of grant or some way to, because it's an improvement to the building and it's a security enhancement to the building, and you're offering more services to this town that is lacking services. I've lived in this town my entire life, and we don't have even trash pickup. You know what I mean? You can live in another town for half the amount of taxes, and at least your trash gets picked up. So,
Well, let's talk about the services that we can offer rather than
Correct.
compare.
But-
But, yes,
And I think, and it may have been John, I'm not sure for what the discussion was, but the entrance almost becomes a necessity to approach any of these activities, not for any other reason, not cost, but the school administration.
correct. The only time it
And it has
wouldn't
to be
be,
cordoned off from them entering the school premises as well.
which it
right?
can be,
Right.
because you can actually, the way it is right now with their card system, if it was more, you know, if there was better habits of making sure the door is shut, you know, behind you, and we've all seen it with our kids at Beecher, is that, that card system can very easily be controlled from what area you're able to. There's a second set of doors there. Actually, the main part of this is the after-school program. I mean, we could almost guarantee that the only people that would be there were after-school children and our staff. You know, and we had that like that for a while too during COVID. So there is ways to go about this. It's just, you know, I even know my card only works in certain parts of the building. You know, John's card, you know, only works in certain parts of the building. You,
Mine works every every door in the
because you
building.
have VIP status.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I'm saying is it's very controllable.
I think
Yeah.
the other aspect, apart from monetary break even,
Mm-hmm.
is many students at Beecher actually learn swimming out there.
Right.
And I think it's not easy to put a value on that.
No, there isn't, thank you. There isn't. Actually, it's kind of sad because my children, and I say this, is the first generation of kindergarteners who, and now first graders who are not gonna have swimming as part of their PE curriculum. You know what I mean? So it's, you're having a huge amount of children who, you know, that was made part of Beecher very special. You know, that was one of the small parts of it that made it special, so.
completely. I mean, it's a way to integrate this beautiful skill to have and this life-saving skill.
Correct.
And, you know, kids, students are so involved in so many activities and extracurriculars. This is a way to guarantee pretty much that they could learn this skill in
And be
schools
safe.
and be safe.
Yes.
What I heard is that they're gonna do a survey, whether the practical to do the pool or non-practical to do the pool. That's what, and they're gonna do a survey that's gonna cost unbelievable amount of money.
So it's good that we have our plan.
It's in the plan.
And we can offer this up, and you know, if there's a way to come up with numbers in terms of how many students would, I guess
I
it's
can
hard to
come up with how many
quantify some of this.
students. I can do
I'm
that.
just trying to think about like what's most important to the people who are running the town, and it seems to be budget.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I
if we
respect that.
can,
Absolutely. I can
Place
put
a number
numbers
on the
into students
kids'
in most of
lessons.
these.
Right, we
For
can
the-
help inform that.
For the Woodbridge Aquatic Club, do they leave to go somewhere else? Like, where are they training? Are they?
That's a good question.
I
Hopkins.
think they're doing it
Hopkins
Hopkins.
and
right?
Hopkins.
But it's like a temporary thing, so like, you feel confident that they would come back?
Price is
No.
right.
So there's no shortage of swim teams looking for pools. Especially a pool that has a parking lot connected to it, where parents can pull up and drop their kids off safely and not have to physically get out of their car, walk their children all the way into the facility to make sure they get there safely. A perfect example is like Cheshire, you can't drive up and make sure your little guy's getting into that pool because there's a huge walking distance, between there and there. Same thing with Wesleyan, there's no way for you to pull up, and these are all pools I've been to, and make sure your little guy, you know, gets in there safely. Beecher Road School, the kids who are on the team, go to that school, know where the pool is, parents are able to pull up, and their kids know, not even 25 feet, I get changed. And also some kids would even stay for practice after extended day. There was a couple little guys who did that too. So it's the convenience of the setup. And in the years, yes, we had WAC there because we appreciate what WAC offered and also being part of the community in Woodbridge Aquatic Club. We did have other teams approach us asking to use our facility because of the way it's set up and the convenience to children. But WAC was our primary focus because they're part of the community and we respect that. So you will never have a shortage of teams looking for the pool that has that kind of setup. It just won't happen unless swim teams just start going out of business, but it's been an Olympic year. Swimming was
Yeah.
at the Olympics this year. Everybody's gonna be signing up for swimming because you want your child to be the next, Lockheed, Phelps, you name it, Ledecky. And it happens, which is great. They're interested in it, they play it, they love it, and sometimes it becomes their lifelong sport, and sometimes it just becomes a lifelong learning how to survive in the water, which are both okay.
So, yeah, if we could get some numbers to help inform the
I
budget, that'd be really wonderful. Good idea. Anything else about the pool? If not, we'll move on to personnel. So, I see there are 2 people who have applied to Woodbridge Rec, have successfully passed their background checks and national sex offenders test. Olivia Bostrom, who would be a sports leader, and Kaylee Kishon, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, sorry, Kaylee, if you're
Dave, do you know her
Listen.
last name or?
No, I don't remember her last name. You know,
Kishon,
about personnel
also
also,
sports leader.
to hire somebody for this town, they get a packet of papers that's about 10 pages long. They're flabbergasted, they don't know what to do, and I think it scares a lot of them off. When I talk to them, I say, come into the office, either John or I will help them, because it's just, it's ridiculous, but we have to do it.
Okay, well, these 2 people
fine.
weren't scared off.
No, I know.
Correct, and he walked them through the paperwork, obviously, and
Excellent,
so here they
excellent, we
are.
appreciate that. All, the folks, you guys all give lots of good support to those who enter the office. So, do we have a motion to approve Olivia Brostrom and Kaylee Kishon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, we need a motion, we need a
Yeah,
second,
second.
we need a second. Go ahead, I know you're dying to. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, welcome to the team. All right, then our fearless director is not here. Are you standing in for our director? Thank you.
Would you like to hear about the camp first?
Well, let's go in order. We've got the Health and Fitness, the Health and Wellness Fitness Center. Let's follow the order. We got John.
I guess they're all operating.
So the Health and Wellness Fitness Center.
Fine, what are you laughing about? Is it running?
The Health and
Yeah.
Wellness
Okay,
Fitness
but is it
Center.
running? Okay, so I guess it's running.
So we want to share this,
What else is,
other people might be,
tell us what's going on there.
yeah, okay.
I don't know.
So let's talk about this because, our community might be interested in attending the rec commission meeting. Though they're not here, they can view it, so it's good to provide as much information.
Absolutely.
Especially this evening as we're being recorded. So, the Health and Wellness Fitness Center, how is it going?
It's going well. Our membership is staying steady currently.
Okay.
I know membership is usually July 1st, Sean?
Yeah.
Am I right? July 1st. We do have a couple of members during the senior, I don't want to say senior time, but inquiring more. And we're gonna advertise more. It seems like we have a really big senior following in the afternoons and also weekends. They have their own little group, which is adorable. They have their little coffee time during holidays too, which is nice. We do have a pretty religious following in the evenings, some that come. And also, of course, our local police department also utilizes the facility.
Okay, so it looks like we have, if I'm looking at this right, we have 48 members currently,
Plus 4.
plus 4 half year. Okay,
Mhm.
all right.
Looks like the senior membership skyrocketed.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
How did you
Well, we'll
accomplish
go over that during our advertisement
Okay.
piece. I think John and I wanted to go over a couple of the numbers for advertising and stuff like that. We've done, and I have.
When
some-
you get there, I have a question, because it
Sure.
looks like the student membership has dropped off, and I'm wondering if there's a way to advertise it.
We definitely can. A lot of also our student membership was utilized too in the past by the Woodbridge Aquatic Club who would also come here and utilize the gym in tandem with their pool membership.
Got it.
So that's why you're seeing it like that.
Amity has a fitness room that the Amity kids use, right?
I see.
They do, but if they're not part of a team, maybe they want to just
Absolutely.
come and work out on their
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
There's different ways we can.
Just to add to that, looking at the senior membership, looks like we have more full year members than the half years.
Yeah.
The total number is about the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we also have some snowbirds. so that's why they take out the half years.
I see.
Membership numbers are about the same.
Yeah.
Yes, good point. And then the outdoor facilities, maybe this is where that. we talked
Outdoor
about that.
facilities
Yeah.
are beautiful as always, from what I noticed from just my kids around the town, besides the spider web, which I'm sure will get fixed. But the outdoor facilities are always well taken care of in the town, so, I haven't seen any, one of my little guys started playing soccer and he does it with Epperson. And they utilize it and everything was
Yeah, the
beautiful.
fields are really good,
Yeah.
yeah, kept in good shape.
The cornfield.
Yes.
seems-
Yeah,
Walking trails are good.
Yeah, it looks,
heavily utilized.
it
Heavily
is.
utilized, beautiful gardens as you're sauntering through, it's very nice as well. So the spider web.
The spider.
So the spider web, is there a way to follow up to find out if that's gonna be repaired or how, that's like a climbing, that's like a rope?
I know what it is, I
Is
can
that
go
what it
over
is?
with John.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like, I don't wanna use the word jungle gym, but it is like a jungle gym.
Okay.
It's interesting
A
that
climb.
someone, yeah. Sometimes when my children go to the very top, I'm not gonna lie, it makes me a little nervous, but they haven't gotten hurt yet.
Where
That's how they learn how
Is
to
it
climb.
completely taken down
Peace.
right now in
No,
off limits,
they
or it's
just
still there?
But yeah,
Peace.
yeah.
Must be up top
Beach
and
park.
back.
Yeah.
In the back, yeah.
So it's
But it has the rubber padding on it, so.
So it's a good skill in terms of learning how to climb.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they have them at beach here,
Yeah.
so.
Kids
Yeah.
enjoy that, it might be just a tad bit taller than maybe what it's.
Yeah, it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, it's your perspective on it.
Of course,
What
of
kind parent
course,
you are.
of course, of course.
I've seen
Um,
kids enjoy that.
Oh, they do, mine do, I'll tell you. I'm the one who's sitting there nervous, not
Yes,
them.
my dear nails, your nails fit. Okay. Tennis courts.
I always see them busy.
Yeah, they're good, they're
Yeah,
really
there's-
busy, yeah.
Always
Pickleball
occupied.
and tennis,
Yeah.
Pickleball, yeah.
Pickleball.
Pickleball's a big thing
They're
right
used
now.
from 8 in the morning until the sun
Yeah.
goes down.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Are people taking out many passes?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If you don't take out a pass and you could go there, but
then-
most likely you're gonna get kicked off.
Right, so because if
Yeah.
someone shows up, like if he's just playing and I show up with a pass and he's there during my 5 to 6 or whatever it is, hey buddy, you know,
If they go out there,
Yeah,
you're
they're,
right there.
really tough.
Yes.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
aggressive.
Do you know how many passes you give?
I actually-
out? Yeah.
Printed it out. I started to print it out, but I didn't look at it, but yeah, I have the number from when we started, April 15th, I think we started, all the way till now, but it's
That
a
would
lot.
be interesting to.
are free? You just
For Woodbridge
For Woodbridge
residents,
residents.
yeah, sign up.
Right, what about if you're not a Woodbridge resident?
You could sign, it's $12.50
Oh,
an hour, yeah,
Fancy pants, yay.
Choose the,
for a non-resident,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do we
Per
get-
person or for the
We
club?
get a couple, but John wanted to put a fee in because it's so much, there's so many Woodbridge residents that want
Yes.
to use it, and
Yes.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people, there's like an issue with
the
people.
people in
We're
the
putting up-
pickleball people in the early
putting
morning.
fee-
Yeah.
addresses
I see it when I'm,
okay.
on the
yeah,
website to
so
sign
they're
up.
early,
Okay.
But yeah,
So,
but
like,
different
I had to really-
everywhere.
I know.
Maybe it's helpful to do one
Sorry,
at a
I'm
time.
sorry.
No, just because John was responding, so, okay, so there's, to make sure people are really,
Yeah,
they
What's
either
it
live
called?
here or they don't,
Yeah.
okay. So you have the numbers, that feels very nice, thank you. That would be nice to see those numbers.
Yeah.
Maybe next meeting,
Yeah.
right, just to see all these,
yeah, our website, or that system I use organizes it, so every pass taken out I can see. And I'll give you a total number of passes taken out since we started giving out permits, so.
great. And does it show tennis versus pickleball?
Well,
or-
it will say court 4, which is pickleball,
I
and
see.
then courts 1 and 2 are tennis. The
Excellent.
only number I don't have is court 3, is the senior court. They sign up through the senior center for that court.
But they probably have
Oh,
They
that
might,
For
information.
both courts on number 3?
yeah, both courts on 3, yeah.
In those both
Because
your
there's 2
senior
pickleball
center?
courts. Yeah, I think they have 130 members. Don't
They-
quote me on that, but I think that's what the senior
They
center.
charge
does.
for this.
Yeah, they do,
They do
yeah.
$5.
Yeah.
Yes,
Interesting.
So the
Wait,
seniors should just go
Rick-
through Woodbridge Rec and do it.
I know.
Wait a
They
minute,
could, but they get like, they have a whole schedule.
They have clubs and.
Yeah, like there's a
I
person
know.
that organizes it for them, another
Interesting.
senior.
Uh-huh.
And they, each group goes their 2-hour time slot, so.
Okay.
Core 4 is usually booked too, so it'd be hard for them to get in if
Yeah.
they didn't,
But
you
they
know.
usually pair them up with different people and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then not only that, that one also, you get access to the gym in the winter.
Yeah.
when you can't use the
Nice.
outdoor courts, so.
I think it's like more of a meet and greet, kind
Yeah.
of, like social kind of thing.
Yeah, they really
That's why it's the
like it, yeah.
$5.
John, do you track soccer at all? 'Cause there's a lot of soccer playing.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, it's packed.
I don't know what their
Yeah.
numbers are, but like Everson, you got Woodbridge Soccer, you
Mm-hmm.
have the adult soccer on Sunday, and then you have
Family place.
Amity Soccer. You have Amity High School Soccer that uses it and the travel team, Amity Travel, which is pretty much the same
Mhm.
group, but yeah, soccer's packed on center and Peace,
Mhm.
so
Great.
that's a big sport here, yeah.
This year, Woodbridge Soccer is only going to second grade now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
And
That's really
then,
impressive. I
other,
know.
yeah, I guess I guess we started to talk about programs, sports, and summer camp. So more about that. What can you
Well,
tell us?
Want to do summer camp first?
Sure.
Well, we had an average of 180 kids for 6 weeks. Little kids' parents were not happy because the camp is spread out too much.
Mm.
They missed extended day. And it was just too spread out for the little kids.
So can you explain for those who might not know what the camp situation was this year?
Well, we had to go to Amity High School
Okay.
because our school was not used, we couldn't use Beecher. They were doing a roof in Beecher, taking down all trees in Beecher, and it was not feasible to use it, we couldn't use it.
Okay, right. And also this year was a little different because we didn't have a pool.
No.
We didn't access a pool.
But we had our wonderful water slide that was used every single day. Those kids used it constantly.
Great,
It made a mess on the lawn, but it was well worth it.
great.
Plenty of hot days.
Yeah, yeah. So the water slide, you think that?
Yeah, thank God. It's a nuisance to set up, a nuisance to move. We have it stored now in the shed in Beach Road School where they used to do archery.
Uh-huh.
So I hope we'll get another year out of it. And I want to thank John DeMayo for all the work he did for camp. And thank my staff especially, because we had to do double and triple moving this year. We had to be out of Beecher by June 15th or something. We had a trailer, we had to put it in the trailer, we had to put some in storage, and then we couldn't go into Amity until June 25th or 26th, it was all double moving. And then closing up, we had a week of rain, we couldn't go into Beecher because we were locked out, and it was just extra work this year.
Yeah.
But we did it.
But next year, we anticipate we'll be back to Beecher?
We'll just,
We anticipate we'll be back in Beecher
I hope
next
so,
year?
but we never know what the school will do.
Right. Well, hopefully things will be repaired.
Well, we hope.
Yes.
They did all the pools, they knocked down all the trees. What else did they do? The roof up at North, we couldn't go in there at all. We were kicked out of the gym one day, so we couldn't go back in there for 5 days. So we just finished last week.
Okay.
And our space is limited for storage. It's just pathetic.
So it was hard for some of the younger kids because it was spread out. Overall, you had 180 kids were signed up, which is impressive as always. Overall, how do you feel it ran?
It went good, but for the little kids, like Teresa's kids, it would be too much walking.
Catherine?
Catherine, it'd be too much walking from one end of the camp to the other. Even, it's just in a hot day, it just,
Yeah. Well,
but we did it.
you pulled it off, and once again, thank you. I know it's a lot of effort on your part and your crew's part,
Yeah,
and obviously
and it was hard
John's
getting
part.
help, I mean, it's just piecemeal, it's just unbelievable getting help. Even for rec programs now, I have to piecemeal, some can't work Monday, some can't work Tuesday, some will work Wednesday, it's just like a puzzle
It's
putting it
challenging,
together.
yeah. But you pulled it off.
Yeah, I'll pull it off this year.
Hopefully the kids had a good time,
Yeah, they did.
and the others walked faster or longer.
It was
Got
just
stronger.
Teresa knows, it's long
Yeah.
from the entrance all the way up to the field, it's
Yeah,
just,
it's
a long
a
walk.
trek,
Yeah.
yeah.
What was the enrollment comparable to prior years, even though we had to move the location?
no, what did we have last year?
234 last year.
So,
We had 180.
do you think it was related to couldn't be at Beecher? or-
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Or was it the extended day that happened?
Well, that,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
Also, a lot of kids afterwards would go to like summer enrichment for things or extended day, and they would just kind of feed off of each other. And it's hard because there's like a mutual agreement between that hey, you start 12 to this, and even the Woodbridge Club, we start, and it's not there when and you're separated. And even I know for a lot of the little kids with summer enrichment, like they couldn't even they had the starting kindergarten, little class that but you're not a teacher. Like, why are you gonna sign your kid up to learn how to walk around Amity? The whole point of starting kindergarten class is for them to learn where the kindergarten rooms are, right? And so it was hard for, I think, everyone this summer.
So it's
Yeah, my little guys didn't do it, so,
Yeah, so 50,
Not sure
50
the
fewer
answer.
kids.
yeah.
Beecher runs their SCP program as well,
Mhm.
and we have the recreation. Is there any symbiotic benefit from having two programs
They run at
under the
different,
same umbrella?
yeah, but they run at different times, so
Right,
usually, yeah.
but maybe are there kids who do part SCP, part
Rec,
rec
yes.
program, and get more
competitive.
coverage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
also you get more of a day as a parent,
Exactly.
you're not rushing to work at 12
I mean, I'm
o'clock,
saying
yeah.
that could be a reason for
Oh,
maybe
definitely,
lower
if you
enrollment.
have to be, you can't leave work at 12 to go like your little guys or find help to pick them up, you're gonna find someplace who can watch them at least till 4 o'clock, right?
Parents
Right.
now want full day camp,
Exactly.
because most parents work.
Right.
All parents were.
Go home at, 12 o'clock, it's just, it's
Yeah.
hard.
Did we ever think of extending Woodbridge Rec?
We can't.
Oh, there was discussion.
Because-
Lunch, we have to have lunch problem,
Ah, okay,
Yeah, it was more complicated.
lunch for the workers,
got it.
it's just, we're not set up for it.
Yeah. So there was no busing back to the school because you
We couldn't go to the school at all.
So where was the
Did we
SCP
end up,
program?
SCP,
Amity.
I believe they ran at the Bethany.
Amity and Bethany.
Oh, so it wasn't, if it had been at Amity, then there'd be a South.
Right.
Maybe. So if in future it has to move, maybe we collaborate with them and
Right,
try to figure out combine so spaces are
Everything's
not
in
as
wood-
spread out.
right.
Everything in these programs is top secret. Really, it's top secret. Nobody wants to tell anybody what's going
Well,
on.
we should start the communication
No, it's
now.
just, it's,
Just a thought.
right?
Yeah.
And no, it's a great thought, that could happen. That would make sense, right? Anything else about summer programs, sports? Sports, anything on sports?
no, but the kids had a good time. We had,
After school,
what'd you think?
the after school.
Oh, the after-school program now is 170 kids signed up now. What did we have last year at this time?
So that's what John and
We had
I,
100.
yeah, we want to go over, I was gonna
Oh,
hand it
nice.
out to all you
Nice.
fabulous people.
Okay, great.
Some beautiful data here from
Ooh,
all
this
of
is-
our, right? These are my talents here, people.
Yeah,
I apologize the stapling on the corner, but
that's okay.
it's okay, attention. I will get one, that's for last, So this is, I did some,
Okay.
I did some, I'm sorry, sir. Some, no, alright.
All right.
So we've been quite active with our online presence. And I ran through some numbers and our following has gone up by 85%, as you can see in the last 90 days. Our net followers up by 117%. I do these mini clips of our advertising, and John has in your packet some of our advertised. I put
Right.
music to them and all fun stuff. That's why they're called 3-second clips. Have gone up 167%, and our social media engagement has gone 337%, 1.1K.
This is all on Facebook or where?
Facebook, also in different groups that are Woodbridge Rec title, but I don't want to say I'm part of, yes, I'm part of other groups that are like Woodbridge, Bethany, Orange Moms groups.
But
and
they're all on
different-
Facebook.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Our main advertising group, our target group is 75.3% female, 24.7% male. You can see here that with most of our categories being Woodbridge, a little bit being New Haven, you see Bethany, Orange, and we have a little bit of Milford and New Haven. Our engagement has gone up 337%, 367%, 167, like I said, with the videos. We have reached in the last 90 days 2,765. Our net followers have gone up by 117%, and we have reached over, our 85% reach has gone up, and our engagement has also gone up. So John was telling me that the numbers last year were at, what did you say, for enrollment at this time?
Oh, it was like 100.
And now,
170,
since we've
yeah.
upped our advertising, social media present, and interaction in different groups and community groups, we're at
170.
170.
So last year was about 100.
Yes.
That's great.
Nice work.
Yeah.
I put some of the flyers in the pamphlet. Mr. John provided them to you guys.
Yes.
So, and I actually just recently posted into, what was it, Running Club.
Yeah, right.
Running Club. If you're not part of our Woodbridge Facebook group, I would suggest you follow and like us.
When are you considered engagement? What is,
Anybody who likes something or comments or clicks on it.
Did you see the one in Germany?
I know. Well, it also matters how they started their profile.
Yeah, right.
So if you have somebody who and then moved to the United States,
Yeah, I
they,
saw
some
that.
still say that they're from
Do
Germany.
we have someone from
We're
Germany?
international.
We are, goodness.
I mean, that's pretty good, the difference. I mean, I make 3-second mistakes all the time. So.
Some of these programs just die out. Flag football used to be big, now it's nothing, you know, it just,
Different interests. at
it's
different-
nothing.
But we know what our target is now, which is important, and it sounds like it's, you know, I don't wanna use the word moms, but it sounds like moms trying to find activities or after-school activities for their children. So we need to make the information straight to the point, not something that you have to sift through a lot of information. Make sure that it's colorful enough to catch, at least, I wanna know if it's gonna catch my attention. Would I wanna click on that for, or look at that for my child, right? I'm a mom. And also make it to, the information is right there, it's clear cut. Is this gonna fit in their schedule? Because if I have to read through a lot of stuff, right, you're just not. You're not gonna do it. So it has to be clear, you know, clean information.
So it could be moms, it could be dads, it could be grandparents.
It could be grandparents,
right?
but we know our target now a little bit.
Yeah,
and
I mean, if it's women and they're between
Right.
whatever the ages are.
It looks
Yeah.
like our
Yeah, I
top
mean, in terms of
demographic,
caregiving.
I don't wanna, you know, put out numbers, but you can see in the chart that I have here what our type age demographic is. And,
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, okay. I
yeah,
was thinking if grandparents are taking care of, you know, or
Grandparent,
dads, or,
Right.
I see, you,
yeah.
Yeah.
I broke it down into, yeah,
very clear.
yeah.
Okay.
And I think we've engaged a lot of our advertisement towards that, and we're seeing, you know, a benefit.
Great.
And I think a lot of ours is word of mouth also.
And some of the newer programs that you're offering this year, are they getting traction, like the horse riding?
That's the best program we
There's
ever
only one
started.
spot left,
Really, out of how many spots are there?
15.
That and chess, two big programs,
Yeah, and tennis.
and tennis.
Terrific.
Are there any programs that these parents are asking for that we don't yet offer?
No, but don't have locations, we're cramped into one little area.
No, but like if it, you know, chess you can do in a room, so if there's another program like,
What room?
I don't know.
We do,
Wherever you do it after
well, we
school.
do, but we can't go the whole school, we were in a certain area.
Right.
We're limited, believe me.
requested this.
So we get kicked out of South
Yep.
Assembly when they have a meeting, we're not
Well,
told.
actually, I'm the one who books the room.
We're at the school's
Now,
mercy.
This
Well,
is,
no, it's a town's room.
I'm assuming
You
you're
have-
already occupying
Book it though.
all the space that has been
Yeah, we
allocated
do.
to us.
We've even used the hallway for the pool for something.
Yeah, for chess, you guys have used the
Yeah.
whole hallway.
The pool hallway,
You can kick
Oh,
back
really?
rooms, yeah.
Okay,
What
well,
else is the school being used for at that time of day, after school?
Extended day.
extended
Extended
day.
day.
extended day programs,
Yeah.
You know, the difference between, I'm sorry, my kids didn't go to Beecher, so I have no idea what the difference is between extended day
is
and
operated by the
Woodbridge Rec.
school. It's
Right.
run by the
Offers.
school.
We're in competition with each other.
Well, extended day doesn't offer individual programs, so your child goes to extended day and
Can
they
you just
can
say
go
a
to
color?
No, you could go to the library and they'll work on homework with you, you can go and play outside, you can go, sometimes they do little activities with them. It's not as structured as individual programs.
But I mean, they can still
Free
pick and choose
babysitting.
some activities,
Yes.
like previously
Yes,
they used to
by
go swimming
age.
as part of the extended day.
Yes, they used to go
So
swimming.
They could
And
go
the cost
swimming.
for Woodbridge Rec after school versus,
We're less money.
Cheaper.
would
But
be
extended
traditional.
day also offers you the option as a drop-in. So
Right.
you can go online and say you don't have childcare for this Wednesday.
Mm.
You can sign up just for Wednesday. You don't have to make a commitment to,
It could be last minute.
yes.
Even by 1 PM, you could just call
Still,
the school
I think-
and let them know.
I
Which
think
is
it's
very
120,
nice.
I think it's 120 now that they
Oh,
changed it
120,
to. But, yeah,
You could, it could be a last minute, which is a
Yeah.
great benefit for
Yes,
parents.
for parents, definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
But,
thank you for clarifying.
and I think they also provide, I think they still provide snack.
It may
Yeah.
be later, the pickup may be slightly later than Woodbridge Road.
Yeah, it's,
It is 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock,
6 o'clock,
as opposed
yeah.
to rec, which is 5:30, I think.
Woodbridge Rec is
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Some
okay.
programs, I think, run slightly longer.
Okay,
So this is one that I just was put up today is for our running club.
nice.
So, you know, and I started providing them to John, and he put them in the back of the packet. And we're going to also include that on the, where you link to register for like the town website and stuff like that. I also gave them to print out in case we ever get a color printer, but if not, you can view them beautifully in black and white. So,
In the past, we used to have programs where we used to bus the kids to activities.
We do,
That's
still on Monday.
Okay.
Monday and Wednesday. Still go to the bowling alley, go to Kumon,
taekwondo.
what'd you say?
You have books for taekwondo.
Taekwondo.
Yeah, Taekwondo. We do, and we have kids that
Those
go
were
on the
popular
bus.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Monday's our busiest day.
Yeah.
We have sign out for the kids at all these activities too.
Sounds good.
We do a good job.
Yeah, beautiful. And hopefully, you know, I'm on the Community and Cultural Center Committee, and, you know, in terms of the space that, you know, has been a concern for a long time, hopefully, we're working towards, we did a presentation to the Board of Selectmen on the 14th of August. The process is getting ready to get documents to pull together for a bid. And ultimately, the plan would be for the rec offices, a space where there can be a meeting room kind of outside of the rec office, whether it's being used for rec or if there are other community meetings, but that people would sign it out. There'd be an office, there'd be a room that can be used for yoga, or perhaps if we ever open up to like dance class and other meetings. I mean, it's flexible space. And there's the gym recreational space, so
How about
that's,
Beach Road School? That's where we need the space more than anything.
well, this would be designated space in the Community and Cultural Center where we could really have a lot of rec programming along with other community programs, and that it is flexible space. But instead of being bumped out, you know, there would be a schedule, and this is what's scheduled, and, you know, it would be a little bit easier to manage. Beach Road, I can't really speak to that, but this is the part of the plan for the Community and Cultural Center, as well
Where's
as
it
other
gonna
meeting
be?
rooms. The old firehouse. Yes. So we've been meeting as a committee for well over a year, and it's been a process, but hopefully we're getting closer to making it
How-
happen.
I can't, how are the kids gonna get from Beecher there?
I can't comment on that. I don't
I
know.
know, see, this is all,
I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question.
Well, there's a lot of programs that they have at the school that they bus kids over. I know, I'll just use one as a loose example, like when your children do CCD, I know they do bus pickup for that, and I'm sure JCCNU does bus pickup from Beecher Road School too for their program, so there's options.
And some of the programming will be, you know, adult recreational programs as well, the gym, you know. Yeah, so it's evolving.
More space.
What time would it, is it immediately after school?
I don't know that yet. Right now, we're
Because-
trying to get, yeah, right,
The buses could drop them off.
yeah, it's a good
Mhm.
idea. It would already be in
Half
motion.
of them go in that direction.
Right.
Yeah, let's keep that in mind, good point.
Let's get the building first.
Let's get the building built first, yeah. I mean, the building's built, but let's get it approved and moving forward. Exactly, exactly. So I just want to speak to that in terms of the space. I guess we should turn, and then we can go into more of the publicity, which I see is in the packet. Financial report. What can you tell us about that?
The income for July was around the same, it was a little down.
Because we
That's
don't
we
have
had-
as many campers.
We didn't have as many campers, correct, yeah.
Down
So,
by how much?
I think last year was 8,000 something.
Did also, Dave, having to move multiple times, also affect your income overall?
Yeah, I mean, that could.
So there's another reason why.
Yeah, it was 8,081.75, and then this year it was 6,527.63. That was after the first month of the fiscal year.
Okay. So we're down
A little bit, yeah. And the expenses were more this year because we were at Amity,
Yes.
and there was more required. Dave can attest to that, there was more.
Double
required.
moving.
Yeah,
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
to get over to Amity and supplies and
Security.
security, we had to pay Amity for security and nurse, so,
Yeah.
and a custodian.
Right.
And to pay for them for the use of the school. It's-
Yeah. Does anyone, I can't say budgeting is my strong suit. If anyone has any thoughts, comments, or more questions about that, by all means.
For what?
If anyone has more comments or questions about the budget, by all means, jump in.
I have a couple of questions. One is, because our expenses were higher and our income was less, are we gonna need to find an additional source of revenue to make up for our losses at some point in the year? And what do we think that the increased number of kids in the after-school program is gonna help? Are there plans for other?
Yeah, I will say the expenses they're not obviously as high as summer camp is, so they do kind of flatten out. I don't think we've ever gone over budget in our expenses. For income, I don't know, I think we have to see how the programs pan out. Right now, we're doing well, so, I mean, you could make up revenue.
You're above on trend that you were from last year. So you're not gonna go below on trend if you're above on trend currently historically from previous years, right? You're not all of a sudden gonna dip down and say, oh, look, we're just gonna see, right? So you're going to take that additional 70 and if you take what you booked in past years. So it's either going to even out or you're going to get the additional percentage rate of the revenue, which will then enhance, even out your budget to basically make this additional cost that you've had here be a quote unquote wash. I don't want to say one hand washes the other, but in this case, because of the additional moves and they had to pay for Amity, for the rental space, wasn't an ideal situation, but you also didn't want to cease camp that's been in motion for what, how many years?
60 years.
60
Yeah,
years,
no.
so, you know.
Right, no, I'm just thinking, the other question was, if we know with enough advance notice that, on the chance that Beecher can't host us again next summer, are there options that we might consider beyond Amity, since Amity was so, I don't know,
I
I'm
don't
just
know
putting it
either.
out
I
there
wish we-
as a question.
Well, I hope they slow down with the construction, because even this morning, they still had trucks pulling in and out, and it was very difficult for parents to drop their kids off, so.
Well, are there plans right now, do we know if there are plans for Amity to have, Beecher to have more construction over the course of the year and next summer?
According to Vito, this was the main
Yeah.
problem this year. This was the main thing, the
Yes.
roof and the outside.
I was trying to finish that roof, because it's behind schedule, which.
So I'm assuming
But
they
it was
can't
supposed
do
to-
that work when
it was
students
supposed
are
to
in
start-
the building.
Right.
It was supposed to start in June, the roof. It didn't start until July. They didn't have materials, so it was just the state project, so it was just a mess.
So the question is, will they accomplish everything that needs to be accomplished up until the students are now in the building? And next summer, is there more
They have to
anticipated?
per their
Who knows?
contract.
You don't
Because
know.
they've lost the, per their contract, I think they lost the, I don't wanna use the word bonus, but the premium that they were going to get by finishing on time. So they have to, they have a
Are they open
deadline they
today?
have to finish by.
They have a deadline,
Yeah.
okay, that's good that they have a deadline.
Yes.
But, you know, right, maybe we should be having conversations, or John, when he comes back with the superintendent, to make sure we know what the situation is for next summer.
Yeah.
And it seems that something like this would have to be planned out in advance.
Oh, absolutely.
We would know if we're not gonna
You
have
would.
access next summer.
Remember, you had 2 weeks of rain in the afternoon too. These people could not work.
Right,
She's talking about how far ahead they're planning the project.
so going ahead
I
for,
I
oh,
know,
sorry,
you know, it's a state project, by the time they get the bids, they go, you know, it's just,
You know what, John, I think is a good thing to follow up is maybe ask Mr. Adamovich if they can invest in a list of what they have slated for future projects and what's their estimated timeline of the start of those projects.
Right.
And we can go and then provide
And
the
find out-
commission with information from there.
right, find out, is there some other work being done next summer that would preclude us
That's
being
a
able
done
to
deal.
have a summer camp there?
Stuff like, they know now.
Right,
that's
they're
what I
gonna
mean.
have to know, it
They're-
has to be budgeted in,
Right.
so,
Right.
I
We
just wanna
should
make sure
know.
that you have a successful
Correct.
summer next summer.
Right.
With
yes,
the right space and,
Right.
you know, opportunity to get more campers in.
Definitely.
If they're gonna do something next
Definitely.
year, they've started the pre-bid process or have some kind of state funding or grant funding in the works.
they would
So
know,
they have some idea, exactly.
yeah, okay.
Well, it's
That'd
not
be great.
unfair to ask them for a list of potential projects.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Policies and procedures, there was nothing in the packet, right?
No,
Back to publicity, so we started to adjust it. I was wondering, what happened with, there was a trip planned.
One was canceled. I
The
think.
butterfly one
Yeah.
was
The
canceled.
butterfly,
For
what
lack
about,
of,
right, Butterfly was canceled, what about Quincy
It's not
Market?
until October.
And has anyone started to sign up for that?
not yet, no.
So you've started the advertising for that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You're looking.
And, yeah, that's what you've started your advertising for. And, how many people do you need to run the trip?
I think it's 28.
28.
Yep.
So is there like, if you don't, is there cutoff by,
Yeah,
and that
there's a-
you don't lose any money?
Well, yeah, we found a, I think John explained it to you guys last time, we found a bus company that doesn't charge us
Right.
upfront, so we just booked it, reserved the date with them, but nothing was paid
You're
yet.
not losing any money.
Yeah,
Excellent,
yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
So you're gonna crank up the
Yes.
publicity?
Yes.
Of course you are. That's
Because
good.
your audience is different than your typical Facebook audience, because they're not gonna take off.
No.
Yeah, yeah, so we should be talking it up.
Yes.
When is it?
October,
Wait, does it say?
October 19th.
So it's.
Yeah, it's just black
right
and
here.
white, it's hard to see.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's hard to see. But
Well, in
probably
color,
on your
it looks-
post,
Well,
right.
because you don't have
It's,
a,
you don't have a color, okay.
it's a lot nicer in color.
Right, right, I'm sure it's beautiful in color.
Is it
Um,
worth though changing that October 19th to a white font so that if you did want to print it out and hang it at the senior center or
I can do
somewhere?
that for John.
Good idea.
Because if you want to hang it at the library, the senior center, or other places, the date will show up better.
That's a good point, because not everyone goes online, and the senior center would be a great place to, or the center. so
The center has quite a big following on their Facebook page.
They do?
You'd be surprised.
Okay, okay,
It's actually called the Center,
Yeah,
Woodbridge.
Woodbridge Center.
They have
perfect,
their own page.
perfect. But I like this idea of also making it. Okay,
Could
Well,
we
we also
make a flyer
provide-
and put it at the at their tennis court?
We can, and we also on the
Ooh,
bottom of
nice.
them, we also have a link, so if you wanna click, it takes you directly to the registration page. Not like you don't have to fish around the Woodbridge rec page, takes you right to the program to pay and register. And you click on the bottom.
but this is nice, that idea. Laminate and put it on the pickleball.
We can do
court.
that.
Or the fitness
Mhm.
and center, wellness, health and wellness
Mhm.
fitness center. Terrific. Any other publicity that I missed? I know you,
I just wanna say one thing. I'm gonna send thank you notes to the 2 people at Amity that helped us a lot, really.
great. Who are those people?
John Pellicino and Kevin Camp, I gotta find his whole last name.
Okay, okay.
I have actually one more question. When does the publicity for the race start?
It's actually gonna start this week. I just saw the finalized picture from Mrs. Adamovich, and we incorporate that into the advertisement. I don't defer from her, because that's part of the t-shirt, it's part of the whole thing of it, so,
Her
yeah.
design's been great.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
wonderful.
So,
The signs though, the road signs can't go out until 2 weeks before the
Yeah.
race. That's,
so we do have it around like in here and in town.
Even the
halls.
one at the center of the
Yeah.
field.
yeah, no,
Constitution
it's gotta
before.
be 2 weeks before,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Julie,
It's a town policy.
you had an interesting idea. Yeah, 2 weeks.
It's
like-
a.
I know we're gonna go with this donation and also advertising
Yeah.
about what it's actually for.
Yes.
I didn't forget that.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be just the day of the race,
No.
it could be an ongoing,
Donation,
Well, we
but
actually-
also highlighting what it's actually for, yes.
Since I put that on
I
the
got you.
website, we actually did get one donation.
oh,
That
fantastic.
someone paid by credit card, yeah. And I was like, cause I was looking at the website, I was like, what is this? And then I saw, I'm like, oh, it's a donation for, residents assistance fund.
That's
I was gonna advertise this
That's
time,
great.
and kind of put it together from information that I get from Human Services. Is by having this road race, we were able to help X amount of families or X amount of people to have a little bit, and include that in our reels and in our stories and like, no
Wonderful.
one's, but just information, but it'll look nice. So
That's
just-
great, that's great.
I didn't forget.
Yeah, no, I know Julie was thinking about this last night. Good, there was no correspondence, right?
Well, field
So field
requests,
requests,
yeah,
right,
it's two.
field requests, so there are 2 field requests.
The field requests are the same, there's JCC softball that does it every year, and Everson Soccer that does it every year, there's no conflicts. They didn't hand in their insurance, I talked to both of them today, they're working on it, so.
It should be easy for them to get to you.
Yeah.
Everson said he was gonna email it to me by the end of the day, because he's supposed to be starting tomorrow, because I told him, I'm like, without the insurance, you really can't, he wanted to start today, and I was like, you didn't get approval, because you handed it in late. I mean, he does a lot for us, he bought goals for us, but I was like, we really need
That's the time
the
someone gets
certificate
hurt.
of insurance, yeah,
Right.
so he said he was emailing it to me tonight, but when I left, he didn't email, I mean, I think he means like later tonight, so.
Okay,
But I would do, I think you guys last time made a motion, to approve fall field requests contingent on the group/team submitting their updated certificate of insurance, that's how I would word it.
I would word it the same way.
Okay.
Do we have a motion to do that? Julie? Jamie, second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Okay, any other business? I don't think there's
Yeah,
any
you
other
could
business,
vote,
right?
We die in here, it's unbelievable.
So, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll move.
So moved. All in favor? I guess it's so moved. So moved. 8 o'clock.